so next exercise is the bridge pulse. You're going to bring your left heel onto the ground, keeping your toes up. Bring your right knee into the chest. Imagine you're squeezing a tennis ball between the top of your quad and your stomach. And you're just going to pulse up for 25. Okay, again, don't hold your breath. And you're just pushing through the glutes. Okay, once you've done 25, switch legs, bring the left knee up, come up onto the right heel, and repeat. Okay? Then you're going to move on to the stability leg hold. So it's again in a bridge. You're going to come up with two heels on the ground at the start. Again, tense your stomach. Just create a vacuum between your belly button and your spine. You're going to bring your hips up towards the ceiling. Your two legs are parallel, so your two knees are parallel. You're just resting on your arms and shoulders. And you're going to remove one foot from the ground. Again, keeping that parallel line between your two legs. Okay, your foot is straight out. And you're going to hold it up there for 10 seconds. Try and remain as stable as you can through the pelvis when you bring that right leg back down, and then you're going to lift the left leg off. Okay? Again, you're going to hold it for 10 seconds, and you're going to bring that back down, and then lift the right leg off. And you're going to continue doing the same cycle for 60 seconds. Okay, as you get stronger, you can progress up to 90 seconds. But again, it's all about the pelvis, and to try and remain as stationary as you can while bringing one leg down and the other leg up. Okay, so that's the bridge stability hold. So after that, you're going to move into the supine. So supine meaning facing up. So your hands, palms open, facing up to the ceiling. You're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift your body up onto your head, shoulders and arms and heels. The most important thing about this is remaining in a dorsiflex position, so your feet are pulled back towards your main body. So your feet are pointed up towards your head. And again, you're going to try and lift one leg off and hold for a number of seconds and back down and bring the other leg up, hold and back down. Again, do so in a controlled, slow manner. And back down. And you're going to do that for 60 seconds. Okay? So that initiates the glute and hip strengthening work. Okay, and that's the total of that. Plank. Alright, we're going to go on to our core work now. So the first exercise is the plank. And this is done in a circuit format. So again, there's 45 seconds per exercise with 15 seconds rest. It's done with time in mind, so it's got to be done. It'll be all done within 5 minutes. So the first exercise being the plank, you're just going to go down, center plank, up you come. Again, contract the glutes, so squeeze the glutes together. Maintain a straight line along the back in that natural platform. No dipping of the hips, and try not to have your hips too high. Okay? So just find a comfortable position and maintain that for 45 seconds. And down. Rest for 15 seconds. And then come up on the left arm. So with the side plank, you're looking for a straight line from your ankle to your knee, your hip and shoulder. Okay? And up. Maintain that for 45 seconds. Now if that's a bit challenging, you can always drop down onto your bottom leg and then push up, maintaining ground contact with the bottom knee. So long as your chest is open, your shoulders are stacked, so one is on top of the other. You're not looking under and rounding at the top. You're keeping an open chest plate. Okay, again, 45 seconds on the left arm, switch 45 seconds on the right arm. Okay, you're going to go into a high plank position from there. So you're going to bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders, your knees directly underneath your hips, and you're going to push up, keeping again a nice tight contraction through the glutes. Get good grounding through the wrists, so screw your arms into the floor, and then drive one knee forward and repeat with the other leg. Okay, so you're in a high plank position with a knee drive. And again, you do so for 45 seconds and then rest for 15. Alright, so moving on from that one, you're in the all fours position. So again, knees directly underneath the hips, wrists, arms. hands directly underneath the shoulders. Brace your stomach, so just create that vacuum that we keep emphasizing between your belly button and your spine. And you're going to lift your right arm and your left leg out in a straight line and hold for 5 to 8 seconds. And bring back down nice and controlled before lifting off with your right leg and left arm. Okay, again, imagine one person is pulling your arm away and another person pulling your leg in the opposite direction. And back down. Okay? So you're going to do 5 on each side, or you can go for 45 seconds. But really, really, I want to emphasize the stability and the time spent with one leg and one foot in the air. Okay? So really emphasize that. And then you're going to go into a nice back stretch, so it's the camel cat stretch. So you're still on all fours. Breathing out, you exhale and look under while rounding your back. So it's breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. And again, do for 5 sets of each, getting a good stretch through the spine. Okay? We're going to move onwards then into the dynamic warm-up. So this is what's to precede all strength training. The core work, the hip strengthening, that can be done with a run session or a swim session. It doesn't have to be necessarily done in the gym, but the dynamic warm-up of some description, whether it's skipping or running with a bit of weight training, this is just an example of a dynamic warm-up that can be done before the weight training. Alright, so we're going to start with our Hindu push-ups. Okay? So your hands directly underneath your shoulders, supporting you just like you would be in a high plank position. You're going to push back into what is known as a down dog. And just to get started, before you commence push-ups, you're just going to touch your left hand to your right toe on either side, and you're going to do so for 5 repetitions of each. So a total of 10. Alright, so once you've done 5, again you're going to drop back down into a high plank position. Okay, take a little bit of a rest there. Then you're going to commence with the Hindu push-ups. You're dropping your head, nose, chin, chest onto the ground before looking up and developing a nice big stretch into the back. And repeat in the exact opposite way. So it's belly button, chin, nose, forehead. Up we go, stretching through the shoulders, down into the Achilles, all the way through the hamstrings. Now if you struggle with that, you can easily just drop your knees first, bring your elbows down, and come up with your legs on the ground into a spinal flexion. And then you extend back through, push it back up. Okay, so again, drop your knees, bend your elbows, come down, look up, and then reverse that with your knees on the ground still until you come back to the final end of the movement. Okay, so from there, after doing a Hindu push-up, you're going to step forward. So your 2 hands are now inside your feet, and you're going to drop that foot onto the outer edge, just bringing a slight stretch into the external rotators, so into the glutes, into the outer hip. You're going to bring it back and then switch feet. So it's going to come again onto the left side for 5, 2, 1, and bring it back. Come back up, take a bit of a breather, and another Hindu push-up, and reverse, followed with a lunge. Before you take your hands off the ground, make sure you've got good stability in the foot. So really work on ankle and knee stability, okay? And then come up to standing, straighten your back so you've got an open chest, you're looking straight ahead, relax the shoulders, and once you feel you got your balance, I want you to bring the arm of the leg that's behind you, so in this case it's my left arm, left leg is back, you're going to just extend that up as you stretch down. So as you lunge down, the arm stretches up. Okay, and you're just opening up into the hip flexors, getting a stretch right throughout the chest. Okay, you do 5, bring your hands back down, step back if you need to, take a breather. If you want to continue, lunge forward with the left leg coming to the front this time. Again, my back leg is straight, hands on the ground till I've got balance. I come up and again switch. And you're going to do 5 on each side of that before returning to the ground. And just push up and take a breather. And while you're up there, you can walk your heels in place, stretching out the calves. Okay, and then perform another Hindu push-up. And back. Good. And this time you're going to lunge forward. 2 hands are inside your legs, so it's my right leg that's at the front. My left hand is going to stay down. I twist. Looking up at my right hand. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Switch hand position. 3, 2, 1. Back down. And into a straight switch, or take a rest if you need. Okay, so 2 hands are inside. My right hand is going to stay down, and I look up to my left. Switch. And back. Okay, so place your hands either side. Step back. Take a bit of a breather. Again, you can walk your feet in place, stretching the calves. And Hindu push-up. Some groin hops. So just from a high plank position, you're going to jump your feet to the outsides of your hands and just stay in a groin stretch for a couple of seconds before returning. So land nice and softly on the balls of your feet and jump back. And you repeat for 5, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th one, just sit a little longer and switch. So you're taking one hand up before switching, so you're just stretching, again, right through the shoulders. Place your hands back down, jump back, and take a breather. Okay? So from there you're going to drop your right knee to the ground, step your left foot forward, and come up into a kneeling lunge. Okay? Once you're here, open up the chest, relax the shoulders. You bring your arm of the leg that's behind you the air, and you push into that hip flexor region and touch your toes. As you go to touch your toes come off the ground and come back towards your forehead. So you push into the hip flexor and bring the toes off the ground and touch them for 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And then to repeat on the other side, you just bring the weight onto your hands, switch legs. Bring that foot forward, come up to standing, arm in the air. Again, emphasize the stretch into the hip flexor by pushing your body weight slightly forward without excessively arching your back, and touch the toes. 2, 3, again for 5, and done. Bring your hands down. Just push back up and get a complete body stretch again. You should be feeling very loose by this stage. Just walk your feet in place. And just one hop, just come forward. Okay? And just we're going to do a couple of squats. So maintaining a high chest lift. Bring your hands down to your toes and just straighten your legs. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright? So that is the dynamic warm-up that can be done before a strength training exercise.